Hi Scorpio, welcome to your Harsh Truth reading for January 15th through February 14th. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, as well as the recommend a reader shout out, which goes to Free People Tarot. Love and support to her. Check her out. Show her some love and support. This is intended to be a romantic love reading, but it may resonate in other areas of your life. All right, Scorpio, what do we got here? Well, okay then. Ace of Cups. Not a bad jumper. All right. So you're feeling pretty darn good about things. Either you feel like you got a new lease on life and you're just really feeling open and optimistic and happy, or you've got a new love relationship here. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio. The Sun, that could be Leo. Five of Cups. High Priest. How the heck did we go from Sun to Five of Cups and the High Priest? Okay. High Priestess, this could be Pisces or Cancerian. The Devil, Capricorn. Two of Wands. Seven of Swords. The Star, it could be Aquarius. Also boobies. All right. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 major arcana out of 7. Oh, that's kind of pivotal. All right, so this could very potentially be a deep dive. This also is kind of pivotal for you. This is kind of a big deal here. We've got some things going on behind the scenes that you're being affected by, but you know, you have little control over, so that's always fun, right? What's this Five of Cups about? What's this Five of Cups about? 10 of Cups. What's this High Priestess about? What's High Priestess about? Justice. It could be Libra. What's this Devil about? Naughty. What's this Devil about? All right. 3 of Swords. What's this Two of Wands about? The Lovers. Don't do it, Scorpio. Don't you wait around. What's this? This could be Gemini, Taurus, or Libra. We got like the whole zodiac showing up here. What's this Eight of Swords for Scorpio? The Moon. Oh my goodness gracious. The Moon. Pisces or Cancerian again. All right. What's this Star card about? So here's the thing. I think you're thinking that you're really hoping, you know, maybe you're wondering, okay, are things going to work out? Or is this just temporary, what we're dealing with, or what I'm dealing with my new person? And it could very well be new because there was that Ace of Cups that jumped. Or you're wondering, okay, I'm kind of dealing with some sadness and heartache right now. Is there like an end in sight to this? What's down the pike? Is there anything new coming down the pike? The thing is, whatever you're feeling right now can be situational if, alas, you get out of a dynamic with somebody or something. There's an unhealthy dynamic going on here. So if you re-enter that, or if you go back into that, it's going to be more of the same. But if you look to the future and are like, all right, you know what, it kind of has to do with this, so I got to change a few things about my routine, like for myself, like I'm sad, I want to change it up, get myself out of a funk. Or me and my person are in a, you know, having a difficult time right now, and I'm hoping it's just temporary. But the thing is, there's a bigger picture right now. You two do this dance that's not healthy. Okay, what's this Star card about? Star card about. 4 of Pentacles. What's this Star card about for Scorpio? What's this Star card about? All right, so there's something about this dynamic that is your person feels better or safer in the silence and safer kind of just withdrawing than they do. So I don't know if I'm reading for the same Scorpios I've been for like the last many months, because you two, the Scorpios I was reading for correct grammar, I was reading for before, you were really going through it with somebody. It was really hard to kind of break away. Scorpios that I'm reading for in this reading, I don't know if it's the same, but your person, I think this is a trust issue. And I think you're either looking for options to either fix what is perceivably broken, or you're like, well, crap, I messed up on this one. I'm going to look to the future and figure out maybe next time. However, this feels a little more weighted than that. So I don't think you're looking to the future so much. I think you're looking at what your options are still available to do with this situation. I don't think you're ready to give up yet. I think you've got this can-do attitude. I think you're hopeful. I think you're hurting, but you're hopeful. I think you're hopeful that this is temporary, but you and your person need to really look at this dynamic that you have, because it's not, if this is still fixable, you need to fix the dynamic and the way you relate to each other. If this is not fixable, I think you're hopeful it's fixable, but if it is not fixable, this is about you moving through the sadness and dealing with it and eventually coming to terms with what your choices are now that you two quite possibly might not work out. Your person is wanting to remain non-involved. There are major trust issues with them. So this is somebody that is just like, nope, they're not budging. You've been trying to work through this, try to understand the dynamic of it, as well as work through the sadness and the grief and the disappointment, and trying to just, all right, you know what? All is not lost. Let's figure out a way, or, well, maybe I should this and that. It's like you're kind of going back and forth with what is possible versus, okay, accepting it and moving forward. This very well could have been a very codependent relationship. So I don't know. We had that Ace of Cups though. I think this is you. I think there's a love there, but I think it's more about you trying to, like, you know, cheer up, buttercup, buck up, buttercup, and trying to pick yourself up and be like, you know what, we may or may not work out, but I don't want to stay down here in the dumps. I want to at least be functional. So no matter what happens, I'm already up and running, and this won't affect me as much as if I were like laying down. You know what I mean? Oh, this could be Aries. So what else for Scorpio? Maybe this one will help, because I feel like this is the aftermath. Yeah. All right. Okay, so we've got, for the Scorpios I'm reading for, the fact that this is codependent, and the fact that this has been kind of just an unhealthy dynamic, probably great physical relationship, great chemistry, great attraction, but it's not a good dynamic for either of you. And I think there's been enough times where you've been patient and tried to wait and tried to move through the grief or the sadness and still hope. This right here is not fixable. Your person does not want to fix this. Whoever you're dealing with, they don't want to, they like it better the way it is. There are major trust issues with your person. They do not trust you. For the Scorpios that I'm reading for. So I don't think this is for the Scorpios that I was reading for the past several months. I think this is a different set, simply because this feels like, whereas before it was your issue that you were having, it was Scorpio's issue that they were having with their person being unavailable. Now it's the reverse. This is your person just doesn't trust Scorpio. And I think you might be hoping that this was a temporary situation, but I also think that you've been kind of, you know how at first you're too shocked, so you just kind of sit there and you negotiate, and you're unable to accept something at first. It's just too stark of a reality. It's too much. It's too harsh. But I think there's been, for the Scorpios that I'm reading for with this situation, I think there's been enough time now to where you're kind of going back and forth between, you know what, this is probably just temporary. In a couple months, maybe we'll just well, shoot, I guess we're going to stay broken, but all is not lost. At least this, at least that. Like, you're doing that kind of bargaining, going back and forth stage. And I think you're really looking for clarity so that you can kind of get out from under that cloud of grief. And you're working on things. You're trying to move through the sadness. You're trying to understand everything, understand the dynamic. And this is you searching for knowledge so that you can have that breakthrough, so that you can transition and be looking to the future, and there can be healing, and you can kind of get back to stability and start making things happen again. So there's a shift and a focus from you trying to kind of rescue the relationship or see what's still possible there, to actually progressing baby steps, but on your own, because whatever transpired, your person does not trust you. That's coming out loud and clear here. They think that things are as they should be, and even an apology wouldn't fix this. Even, kind of throwing yourself at their feet. Not that I'm saying to do that, but if you were wondering about that, it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it would fix anything, and you might have already tried to apologize, and they're just like, nope. I wouldn't be surprised if you two weren't even talking at this point. What else for Scorpio? Well, okay then, freedom. So maybe that's why there's this sense of like optimism, or really wanting to aggressively understand this and grieve and bargain and negotiate, but it's like this accelerated grieving pace because you want the freedom. You want to get to the other side so that you can be free of this. Well, it's coming. We got the sun and we got the star and the moon. Sun, moon, and star. Okay, we got the whole shebang there. This is you being actively involved in your own healing, searching for answers, searching for understanding, renewed hope. Because you just want to be clear of this. If this is what it's going to be, then let's get to the other side of this so I can get on with my future. Right. What else for Scorpio? What's for Scorpio? Okay, so that it was like that. I always turn it clockwise when it's, but isn't that funny? It landed exactly in the middle. Is that a negotiable ending? Is that what I mean? Typically, when it's like that, I turn it to the right, turn it clockwise. So that would be an unfinished, or something with great potential that just fell flat, that was just not able to be. This is lack of closure. All right, so we got either lack of closure or a nebulous ending, like it's still kind of processing the ending, still trying to work it out, or lack of closure, feeling like you're still not quite over something, you're still progressing through it. And then we've got this Seven of Pentacles reversed, having regrets, quite possibly feeling like some long-term goals were shut down, that you didn't get to the finish line. Like it's like all this potential that was never able to be realized. Having some regrets about what was left unsaid or unfinished. Feeling like maybe you really messed things up and it could have been this way. But that's part of that dynamic though. That's thinking that if you would have just done this, well, it takes two. You didn't screw this up all on your own. You know what I mean? Even if you even did screw it up. I mean, it doesn't... I'm saying that because your person, it looks like they just have profound trust issues where you and they are concerned. And that could be they're blaming you, right? So whatever dynamic this was, it took two of you to create it. And it does feel like it's pretty codependent. And there's always that's one of the more unpleasant feelings, is feeling like realizing after the facts, oh, I should have done this, oh, I should, that bargaining, that's always pretty rough because you beat yourself up and the guilt, but what's done is done. And I applaud you for wanting to accelerate through this to get to the other side, to get on with business, because it happened. This is something to learn from. It's a life lesson, not a life sentence. And your job is to learn from this and get back up. All right. Scorpio, I hope this was helpful. I hope you're not beating yourself up too much over there. And I really do hope you're looking to the future and you're optimistic about it, because that's a great attitude to have. And that you're learning from this. You're wanting to understand the dynamics so that you don't repeat this again. Okay. I hope this was helpful. Love and support to you this January. I hope to see you in the next reading. Thank you for stopping by. Take care.